We are in Uzbekistan. Smack dab in the expansive landmass known as Central Asia. We're right here in the heart of the nation's capital, Tashkent, to explore and see what this city has to offer. Our first subway metro ride here in Tashkent. I think that's going to be the mode of transportation for today. So we'll have a lot of opportunity to check out the different stations, trains, see what it looks like. This is rush hour right now. It's really hot. So I think that will be the way to go to move around town today. When you think of Central Asia, it usually evokes images of the Silk Road, the ancient trading routes that passed through this area. We would have had the tea houses, places of worship, and of course the famous markets and bazaars. Found a great place here in the parking lot to try and paint this picture for you. But there are merchants here. Look, we got a melon cart. Another melon cart competition. There are other cities in the country that have much more of that Silk Road aesthetic, ancient architecture intact. Tashkent was devastated by a massive earthquake in the late 1960s, I believe 66 or 67, which destroyed much of the city. That being said, the concept of the bazaar is still very much alive and well here in Tashkent. This is the Central Bazaar here in the city. It's 9 a.m. There's a beehive of activity. The sellers bringing in their goods and then the customers coming in early to get first dibs. All the best stuff. Fresh meat, fish. You got spices? Hello? Spices. Hello. I walk around a bit and then I come. Wait. Sorry. It's fruits, nuts. Look at these colors. Just beautiful displays, something for all the senses. One second now. You can see that they really take pride in this. It looks like it's just put up for show.
Taste.
What is this? A nut?
Online taste. Free.
Macadamia.
Yes. Good. Very good.
Good stuff.
Pistachio.
What an insane place. The amount of people here, the amount of food, just piles of anything you can think of, really. I have no idea how they'll be able to sell all of this stuff in one day. Down on the ground floor here in Meat Alley. Look at these cuts. Guy's been able to sell some ribs already. That's a big pig. We've got the dairy section. Vegetables. Look at these things. You got a kimchi. Stop by here in the morning, perhaps on the weekend. Walk around here, get a couple samples, and then you pick out your meal for the day. A bit difficult when you're staying in a hotel without a kitchen. I don't know what I would do with all that meat. It'd be difficult to prepare a steak, unfortunately. But my other senses were delighted by that little walkthrough. No shortage of eggs here in Uzbekistan. Right outside that main circular building. Peripheral stands as well. Very nice and cool at the top. This would have been, and still is, one of the main sort of meeting points in the city for the locals to come hang out, do some shopping. Yeah, it really is a bit of a spectacle, an event. This is great. Probably spend not the whole day, then at least half a day just walking around this bazaar. Do have a few more things to cover, however, so let's make our way out of here. This is one of the main places to really come and check out in Tashkent. Get a bit of that bit more genuine feel. Here quite early, but still I haven't seen a single person that sort of pops out as a tourist. Piece of art. It's like a crystal, a diamond, perhaps some flavored nut. Morning rush hour traffic. Full of people on the street already. You get a lot of brat, bro, from the taxi drivers or people trying to sell something. Uzbek society has not been spared by the bro culture either. One of the first peculiar things you notice when you arrive here is that there only seems to be one car brand in this country. The American classic Chevy. Without exaggeration, feels like maybe 85% of the cars on the roads and the parking lots here are Chevy branded. So a bit strange, interesting. The reason behind it, not as exciting. It's a state monopoly. The state-owned car company that manufactures cars here in Uzbekistan has a deal with General Motors, and the cars that are produced here are under the Chevrolet brand. Perhaps not so coincidentally, the government is also trying to promote domestic car manufacturing, and one way of doing that is imposing hefty taxes, fines on imports of cars from abroad. So if you see a foreign car here, you know that that person really did not want to buy a Chevrolet. Quick pit stop in the Hilton lobby, one of the new hotels here in town. They had quite the impressive wall of fame in there. A real who's who of who we haven't seen in a while. This is all part of a brand new residential office and retail complex here in the middle of town called Tashkent City. Flanked by the high rises, there's a nice little manicured park right in the middle here. And then we also have a huge new version of the ancient bazaar, the shopping mall. So a bit of a new district in this area, the new face of Tashkent. Next up, quick field trip to the museum, more precisely the Scientific and Educational Memorial Complex in honor of the first president of the Republic of Uzbekistan, Islam Karimov. Dedicated to the life and career of Islam Karimov, who served as the first secretary of the Communist Party of the Uzbek SSR. After the country gained independence from the Soviet Union in 1991, he became the president of the country, serving for 25 years up until his death in 2016. His former residence, known as the White Palace, has been turned into a museum. It's not yet open to the public, but in one of the side buildings there's an exhibit of tasteful portraits and photos. No filming allowed inside, as you're kindly reminded of throughout your visit, so here's the slideshow. If you're not familiar with his life's work, a quick Google search might give a slightly more nuanced picture, but according to the friendly, soft-spoken guide, he was a gentle but strong-willed statesman, a modest family man who enjoyed the simpler things in life. He was an ardent supporter of the nation's armed forces, but a man of peace. With an aptitude for sports, he took up tennis in his later years. It looks like one of the buildings will display his private car collection, so I might have to return to get the full Karimov experience. Walking around the city, you also notice the level of security absolutely everywhere. In addition to the police, you have these like private security guys and guys in military fatigues. It seems to be the National Guard deployed at different sites. Of course, we are in the city center, so there might be government buildings. The security sector here has to be one of the bigger employers in the city. Just walk along the canal next to a park, and then you see some movement in the trees, and there are like 3 guys just hanging out. So, not really sure what's going on there. If that gives you a heightened sense of security or puts you a bit on edge. I mean, so far so good. Chevy. Found our train, so let's go and try and get some food, some dinner. But yeah, look at this station. Very decorated. We've made it to our stop. Minor, or possibly minor. Look at the ceiling here. They like the chandelier lights. Just up and around the stations here is a treat in itself. Alright, I'm not sure which exit I gotta take, so let's just head up on ground level and see what's what. Always a bit iffy filming in a subway station, but my research told me that they have sort of calmed down a bit on that part. This would have been maybe 5-8 years ago. They would not have allowed that. I would definitely say it's one of the major sites when you come here. Just jump on the train. Very easy to follow the map, not too many lines, and also no need for a subway pass. You just tap your bank card every time and you're good to go. So very efficient, very simple for visitors. All right, let's check off at least one piece of Wikipedia trivia regarding this country. Uzbekistan is one of only 2 double landlocked countries, meaning that all its neighboring countries are also landlocked. And what's the only other country, you might ask? Principality of Liechtenstein. So if that's the trivia that you're into, then this might be the destination for you. We found our dinner spot right next to the off-ramp here. Let's go see if they have a table for us. Alright, we made it to the dinner spot. It's by no means a food channel, don't worry. But they do have a dish here in Central Asia that is very popular throughout the region, so I thought I'd just bang it out in the first video. Food has arrived very quickly. We have the traditional bread with the sesame seeds. We got a kimchi. We have a juice with something at the bottom there. And the main course, we have the plov, or the pilaf. It's just like a mix of rice, beef, some type of meat. Usually get a quail egg, and here you also have the local touch, the horse meat sausage slice of that. Let's see what this tastes like. That is very good. It's the #1 staple in the region for a reason. Very simple, basic, but excellent. You just got rice, juicy meat, some vegetables with that. You have the bread to fill up. Kimchi was interesting. It's not as sort of marinated, soft as Korean kimchi I'm used to trying. This one feels more like it's just been dipped in those flavors and hasn't had time to soak, but nonetheless good. Very good, very good. So this is a meal you'd find in different variations throughout the region, Central Asia, and that is including Western China as well. Let's try the part that I'm not really used to eating, the horse meat. Very common around these parts of the world, so let's give it a try. It's good. I don't know what I would liken that with. It's Needless to say, I'm not a foodie exactly, so I don't really know the lingo there. It's good. Pairs nicely with the rice. And yeah, it's got some salt to it. It's got the consistency of just like thinly sliced beef, I would say, on the well done side. So possibly like smoked just for a while. Nothing dramatic, solid meal. It was €6, roughly $6 for a full dinner. Even cheaper if you skip horse meat. Gotta pay extra for that. This is today the Museum of Olympic Glory. Got a couple statues here in the garden. Man with the tight shorts and the Olympic torch. One of the main reasons I wanted to check out this place was because I saw a very cool old photo of this building from back in the day. So let's just put that in right now, match it up. Let's have a look around the Hotel Uzbekistan, this landmark hotel in the middle of the city, see what it looks like. We have the original wooden floor, and then the long hallways. Let's do the room tour. Come on in. This is the Superior King room. Yeah, that's right. So just entering here, open reception area. You got your closet, you got your fridge, your tea, coffee. We have the room service menu. We have quite the enticing room service menu here. Get a hamburger with some local champagne. TV, seating area, plenty of desk space off to the side there. Big bed, Central Asian themed headboard, if that's even a thing, and some artwork depicting the history of the country. Alright, let's step into the restroom. Not the most modern, but nice and clean. Everything works. Big mirror. We have a Chinese phone on the wall here. If you want to conduct some business or order some room service. No tone. Off to the side here, a small desk that's blocking off that door to our second balcony. But we have another door here. Let's step outside into the Tashkent heat. We can see all original details from when this was built in 1974. We're on the back side of the hotel. Get a bit of a view here of some of the more modern properties there. Nice little park here. We have the building that's jutting out. It's for the banquet hall. I think there are a couple restaurants along the perimeter as well. And some sort of dome that's being renovated.
değil mi?
Mahalleli mi? Sizin ders görmediniz mi?
Yok. Sonuçlarını kıtarken de